What is up, legends? It's Scion. We're back, and as always, I like to keep it raw with you guys. So while I'm grinding, I actually was told to look at this particular page. It's on the Facebook, the Epic 7 post with their developers talking about the game. So I was just sitting here grinding on different games, and hold on a second. 6 minutes. All right, this is a problem. Do you find a withdraw? I'm not gonna be able to do that. So what I'm basically doing right now is just grinding different games. We got Brown Dust over here. I'm grinding out. Quick join. Of course, you can't quick join. Go ahead, do that. Go through. Start battle. All right. We got Epic 7, which I'm just farming out Recorus like slowly over time as I do other things. I did get haste out of a free summon today, so I was like super happy. It's already a good day because I got haste out of free summon and spend nothing for it, just normal free summon. I was like, bro, okay, this is a good day. So we got haste. He's not next though. It's probably either going to be Ruzid or even Recorus next. I'm slowly doing it because I don't want to spam to lose PvP points, so I'm slowly doing it and just going ahead and refreshing and spending a little bit on it using the AI PvP as well, and I'll get there in a day or two. I'm not that much in a hurry because I don't have the fodder for it right now anyway, so it's kind of neither here nor there. I'll build up the fodder slowly over time while I'm grinding all this stuff out, and then when I get him to that point, then I'll have all 5 of the dogs to actually do it. So yeah. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. First question was from Gogo Hot Chick. That's a name. You plan on making improvements to equipment, not just set effects. We had an upgrade regarding equipment enhanced on the 7th, and addition will be introducing a new set and a new hunt you'll be able to obtain. I believe I just did that. We plan to provide users with special equipment through special side stories and new labyrinths. We are also considering hero equipment, ultimately the goal to maintain the balance of the game and diversity. Okay, first question off the bat. If we don't, again, fix the crafting in this game and separate the sets, all of this is useless because it's just going to be the same thing on top of other stuff. This stuff, you have to fix that. Epic 7, you gotta fix that. We have to have all of these sets individual so we can craft on them. There is more than enough RNG between level, between rarity, and between different sets that you do not need to have them all together and those prefixes like that. It's like the game just wants to RNG you into quitting, basically. And that's kind of what happened. People are getting tired of it. So like I keep saying it every video. Hopefully me keeping to say it will make them effing change it. So anyway, Nanachi, another great name. In Labyrinths, rather than collecting equipment and raiding, I think having randomized maps would be real interesting. Excellent question. All right, so the answer to this, now I haven't read this before. I saw it and I was like, you know what, I'll make a video out of this. Me responding to it. Answer: yes, randomized maps are very interesting if you're a fan of Diablo games, and you probably have thought about the idea of randomized maps in Epic 7 too. It's not that we haven't tried, but Epic 7 Labyrinth layout consists of rooms with 4 directions. Even if we randomize the map, it would not be as diverse as you think. We also thought that because exploration is greatly influenced by morale, having randomized maps may lower morale. However, we are thinking of ways to add content in the Labyrinth. Alright. Sometimes devs have the answer, and they answer literally in their own responses. If morale is a problem, something that the very first thing I said and what I would like to change about Epic 7, one of the best things in this game is the labyrinths. Take morale out. Take it out. Why is it even there? Allow us to run around the labyrinths. Like, there's no reason for that. Make the labyrinths larger. Make it so you just have to survive, and you get to the point where you can't survive anymore, and you got to get out of there. That's all you got to really do. Allow us to run around the labyrinth and gain gear and farm gear and stuff like that, and make it so that, matter of fact, if you don't want to get rid of morale, make it higher. Like, make it like 100. And then it slowly goes down compared to the way that it is before, which allows us to run around inside of it more. Make the labyrinth a little bit bigger, and boom, you're good. That's all you gotta do. Like, I don't understand. Do you need a round table for this? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's so hard about fixing some of this stuff? Because it's really simple. All right. Why would... Never mind. This person... Will the game content become more diverse? Of course, we're preparing a variety of new content, which they did say, that you can only experience in Epic 7. We'll be adding new episodes and continents, yay. In addition, we have new equipment sets and new dungeons. Oh no. See question number 1 about that. We are currently planning a new guild and guild war content. Okay. Such as the next guild icon, the next guild war. What kind of PvP would that be? Would that be like maybe King of the Mountain? Because that would be fun to see who can stay on there that long. We're going to add quality of life content, such as having pets to automatically pick up treasure chests. I bet you that we're going to have to pay for those pets to actually do it, the same way that Final Blade does. Oh boy, and ain't nobody gonna like that, because we're gonna do. Everybody's like, oh, we got pets. We're gonna be like Arky following us somewhere or something like that, or a number of other things, and we're gonna have to pay for that thing to be out there. So it's gonna be like another monthly charge on top of that. Please don't do that. Make them be permanent. Make them be permanent, even if you have to pay like $1 or $2 or something like that. Make there be a free version. And then make there be like some other cosmetics on top of that. Put cosmetics on top of the pet. Don't have it out there being a monthly charge, because we already got 2 things that are monthly charge right now. You're going to be adding another one, which is going to make it over what a AAA title is, which is automatically bad. So if you're thinking about doing that idea, Epic 7, don't. Another player, will you give us an update plan for the whole month? Because we are currently polishing a lot of content internally, it is difficult to let you know exactly what these additions will come from the game. However, we will try to let you know all the things we're planning. I got something to say to that. Planning through developer notes frequently, just as we did with the Guild War update. We have a major update. We are pre-registered period. We hope you'll be patient with us as we continue to plan in more interesting content. To answer this question right now, I've been doing game coverage for a very long time. I think it's been 10 years since I first started Pocky Ninja and did videos on that. Sadly, there's no videos for that anymore because Pocky Ninja is banned off of YouTube. So they literally just destroyed every video that I did with that, which hurts my feelings because I never actually got those videos off of YouTube before they destroyed it. Because if I knew that was going to happen, or if it gave me some type of warning, then I would have took them off so we can have them for prosperity. I could have put them up on Twitch, because Twitch wouldn't do that. But YouTube gave us no warning. That's why you don't see any Pocky Ninja hardly on YouTube, is because it's banned on YouTube. It's actually a banned game, because the Naruto creator actually specifically went after Pocky Ninja and destroyed it. That's particularly what happened to that game. And it's funny because Pocky Ninja is what started all of this. It literally is what started all this. It was the first popular game that literally became a million, like made millions and put all the gacha on the map. And all the anime people just went after that game, and that's pretty much why that game vanished. Which is fair because they had no license. It was a Chinese-owned game, and they killed it. But back onto the point. This right here concerns me because this is always a problem in gaming and why companies don't do this. Now, because we are currently polishing a lot of content internally, Now here's the problem with that you guys don't know. I've worked in gaming. I actually have credits for Acclaim back when Acclaim was Acclaim for Mortal Kombat and other things because I was a beta tester back then. And one of the main problems in gaming is when a game internally tests and doesn't allow outside testing to come in with it too. The reason why that's a problem is because, for one, you always have suck-ups in the company. Two, you always have people who are they have what's called rose-tinted glasses, and they only see what's around them but not what's from outside. So everybody in the company might think something's like awesome, and then when they come live, we're looking at them like, what the holy hell is this? And that's the reason why that happens, is because people inside of a company get used to a certain thing. Either they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or they just want the content out, or they just want to get their job done and go home for the weekend. Or there's a number of reasons why this happens and why you shouldn't test internally and not make it an external test at the same time too. And what I'm saying is there should be allowed, like, what is the creator group for if we're not testing this? This is something that we specifically should be doing. So when we see certain things, we can say, no, bruh, like this is whack. Don't put this out into the public. And you wouldn't have those instances of areas where they have like patch come out, and then they're like literally looking at the patch notes before the game even come out and saying, this shit ain't gonna work. Like, what is this? This situation right here, this particular statement right here is why that happens. You don't test internally and don't have somebody else on the outside come in and test at the same time too. It doesn't necessarily have to be the content creators, which it really should be the content creators, because I don't understand what's the point of the content creation group if we don't test the damn game. Like that makes no sense. Every other content creator group, including Knights Chronicle, I test the damn game before the damn stuff even comes out. When I was with Rift, if you guys remember, this is like earlier in my content creation, Guild Wars 2, these are all AAA games, Destiny, Anthem, like all these games that I'm sponsored with, like, I was testing these games before they actually came out and giving feedback and say, hey, this shit don't work right here. Epic 7 is literally the only sponsored content creation. Like, I don't even understand what the content creator group is for. Like, what is it for? Like, we should, that's the one thing that we should be doing. Never mind them talking about us and then throwing us up on the site and say, hey, look at our content creators. That's, to me, that's useless. That's absolutely useless. We should be testing this game to make sure bad stuff don't come out. But that's whatever. And I'm sure because I said this now, they're going to actually look at it and be like, well, holy crap. And this is, again, the thing, like, you need people from the outside looking in to change stuff, because, like, companies always get kind of like in their own lane and they don't see the other lane, and that's usually the problem if you don't see the other lane. Anyway, let's keep going because we went too far on that. Player again. There has been a lot of diverse content so far. Are you worried that you will run out of new content? That probably won't happen. Currently, Epic 7 goes up to episode 10. What episode are we on now? It would take a year to tell the story of one episode, so we have 10 years worth of story and content, bro. And I guess we're on episode 1 if they're saying 10 years. And not just that, there are countless heroes and their stories that are in development, so I could say that I'm not worried that we're running out of content. Our developers are looking forward to showing you what will happen in the world of Orbis during special occasions next year, Valentine's, a second year anniversary of the first launch of the game, Korean Thanksgiving, or Halloween. In addition to story-based content that I mentioned so far, we're pairing a lot of system-based content. Epic 7 has a lot of content such as Guild War, Hunt, Labyrinth, and so on that covers the first-time players and hardcore players. Someday we will have real-time PvP. Yeah, what? Bruh. Let me fight somebody real time. I'm saying, do that. This should be, do this now. Do this now. Can we have it now? Like, make that a priority. Anyway, Taiwanese users are some of the hardcore players in Epic 7. I think that everyone in attendance today are some of the most passionate players who truly enjoy Epic 7. Like, yeah, we do. I enjoy it. There's some definite flaws, but I enjoy it. We continue to work hard to bring you better content. Now, this is a very good answer. And I didn't think this is like an anime that we're playing, basically. And I'm particularly happy that I was the first one to bring this to everybody's eyes. And the first one to cover it and put it on YouTube. Like, I'm happy that, you know, like, to be the one to pioneer it. It probably would have, somebody else would have probably did it. So it's not to say that nobody else would have did it, but I'm happy that I was the first one to do it. So, you know, that's a very good answer for that. Question of beginner player: do you plan to increase the number of heroes in the team from 4 to 5? That's interesting. In Guild War, we made it so the team has 3 members. We'll make more adjustments to team composition and the Guild War content. We are currently conducting many simulations with a different number of heroes in battle to see which is more balanced or fun. We believe it is meaningful to have heroes in a war. More strategies will be required, and we cannot wait to see what the users come up with. All right, so here's the thing. One of the things that I wanted, that I haven't actually said yet, I wanted to do it in the last video, that one of the things that I wanted, and I'm just going to say it now in this video, because I actually don't want to do the things I want in Epic 7 this week. I just don't want to do it, because I only have like 2 things. But one of them is raid content. I would like to have at least like 7 to 8 characters out there for raid content, and have it be like balanced around that. Can you imagine like a fully themed out team to have like 8 people out there, similar to how Brown Dust works? Where let's just do a creative party right here, where you basically have this many characters out there. Now it's not going to look like this, hopefully not. Where you have a whole bunch of characters out there where you can face off against a giant thing, but raid content doesn't have to be normally part of the game. But raid content, that'd be really fun. I think it'd be really cool to have multiple characters out there, you know, doing that. All right, do that. We're just doing the recorder stuff right here, and of course, we have the Sinoalis. So it's kind of like a preview, even though you probably won't see a Sinoalis video in this particular day. This is, yes, I'm still playing because I'm kind of in love with this little mermaid character. She is so good in this game. So good. Hello? Yeah, there we go. All right. So let's go down. How long is this? Anyway, I just thought about that. I might be talking forever. Will you increase the catalyst drop rate? We have been thinking about the catalyst drop rate very deeply. Very soon there will be an update that allows players to play with less stress and more fun. To give a little hint, we plan to reduce the imbalance of supply and demand of catalysts. All right, that just answers that. Player GameX for life. Can I ask a question why unequips aren't lower? Oh, they put all that together. Please add more content to acquire gold. Do you plan to remove unequip costs? If we allow users to unequip, I'm about to get mad. Unequip equipment artifacts with no conditions. We are sure that removing the unequip costs will cause the players to use the same equipment on many heroes. If we do this, we believe we will halt the life of the game and make it less interesting. Imagine able to unequip repeatedly. Wouldn't that be boring? However, in order to offset costs, we are considering expanding goblin content to include goblin treasure chests. We have we are also planning on having a future similar to a free equipment change event we had. All right, no. You see, the answer to that is no, because there's many games like that, and that didn't affect anything. It's like companies don't even look around at other video games. It's like Epic 7 is not the only video game in history. Like, do some damn research. It doesn't affect it like that. People might say that, but there's plenty of examples of games it doesn't do that. It doesn't affect anything. Or if it's going to cost something, lower the price of it costing. It shouldn't break you. That's the problem. It shouldn't break you. And the reason why that this is happening right now is, you see, this is the key line and all of that when a person literally, this answer is literally somebody telling on himself. If we were to do this, it would halt the life of the game and make it less interesting. What this line is actually telling me, somebody who's been in this industry for a long time, and I see words like this, that means that you do not think that your game has enough content to support people doing that. That's what that line says. And you just finished saying that the game has enough content. So which is it? Because you know why? That's immediately right here. I hate to be, because, you know, I went to school for criminal justice. This is immediately a bullshit line. That's a bullshit line, because you just finished saying up there that the game has enough content. So this shouldn't even be a problem if the game has enough content. So you either don't think the game has enough content, or you don't know what to do with this situation. That's what's going on right now, because this situation is an easy fix. It's a straight easy fix. It's either one or the other. Lower the cost that it does. You can keep, if you want to keep the cost, fine, keep the cost, but either lower the cost or give us more gold. Give us more ways to get gold. Don't just make, like, don't just, there's gold. Like, don't do that. Have ways that we can go earn it, so it doesn't necessarily, because people, you know what happens to me with gold set? I'm going to explain that right now. That's why I'm glad I'm doing it this way. No, I don't want to go in there. Go back. What are you connecting about? Just go back to the damn lobby, Epic 7. Thank you. You know what happens to me with gear? And this might necessarily be just, it might be a me problem, but what I intend to actually want to do, especially with PvP, most people, and this is a majority of people out there, we don't have enough gear sets. And that's on the game. That's on the game right now. I don't have this. A number of these characters don't have gear. Like, and it's not necessarily that I wouldn't use them, but is I don't have enough gear to put around, or enough useful gear to put it around. Like my Cecilia doesn't have gear. My Hazel doesn't have gear. I have gear on Arena. My Bass has gear, but any of the 50s that I want to use, I can't use them. Like I have, like, you know, I have, you know, to the credit of a lot of stuff, I have a lot of characters, and I can't use a lot of these characters because I don't have gear for them. So I have to keep taking off the gear to put on other characters. So what needs to happen is you can't have it on every side. You can't make us spend on taking gear off, but don't allow us to make enough gold to afford it. And you can't starve us in gear. That it's a starve all the way around. Then you throw in the fact of the sanctuary where all of this shit is combined. Like, dog, I want to go in here. I want to get a speed to the gear. Can I get, I'm clear right now. Can I get a speed to the gear? I got crit. I don't need freaking crit. I need speed gear right now. But it just gave me crit, and I just lost 70k. You see how that's a circle jerk all the way around. All of that is a problem. All of that is a problem. It's not just one thing like that. You can't have it multiple ways like this, because all that does is just frustrate the population and make people quit. This is a problem. Like, you can't have all of that. That's not game balance right there. What that is frustrating. So when I see lines like this, I'm like, dog, do you even play your own game? Did you look around at everybody else's game out there? Because they don't do this shit. Anyway, I'm about to get mad. I hate when that is a response right there of somebody who didn't research. That's what that response is right there. And that type of stuff makes me mad. Not that I hate the game or anything else like that, but that makes me mad because that is not a researched answer. That is just, they don't know how to answer it. Player Eben Sis 18. Question. When do you plan to adjust the difficulty of getting level of getting equipment? Bruh. The next question. We improved this with the update to Hunt 131, reduced the amount of time it takes to acquire equipment, increased the amount of crafting equipment obtained, and made changes to the accessories that now drop. Also supplemented users' equipment. We are providing equipment through side stories. We also improved equipment enhanced system now March 7th. We continue to listen to the opinions of our users and keep looking for ways to increase the drop. This angers me too, because if you were listening, if you were really listening, this wouldn't be like this right here. This would solve this. Separate these. If somebody wants speed gear, we keep saying it until the damn thing actually happens. If somebody wants speed gear, let them go in here. You know what? You have all of these different ratings right here. If I want an 85 speed gear, I have a chance to actually get a red one, a purple one, a blue one, a green one, or a white one. That's your RNG right there. Then you have the RNG. Don't click it again. Then you have the RNG of the passive stats. So again, for me personally, I want speed. That's the reason why I'm clicking this. I don't really care to click it right now. So I just lost 140 gold, 140k gold out of my 3.7 million that I had. 140k gold gone, and I didn't even get the speed set to at least throw on a character. Like, start, like, if you really wanted to fix this, you would have did that already. Because I've said it in multiple videos, and I said it to the GMs, and I've said it in various things. If you wanted to fix this and have it like this doesn't like we're not having a problem, then you would have did it. I don't know like what person somewhere in what meeting said that it's a bad idea, like not like to separate this stuff because it's not working as is. This is even more of a nightmare. Say I want, okay, let's click this. Say I want destruction. So I'm about to go now, 210. 210k I just spent just now. I didn't get not one out of the 3 sets. Not even, can't use any of it. Can't use any of it. Alright, so here we go. Got player right here. How come chests are not automatically open when players use auto mode? Well, that's a bit weird. Anyway, we're developing a new system that will help ease the inconvenience that users have felt. We will let you know more details in the first half. I mean, that's fine. Alright, so part 2. Game-based interview. Switching from character sprites to animations is very exciting for players. How long does it usually take to develop a character? Answer: in order to create a single character, it takes 3 months of preparation. Wow. This includes illustration, cutscenes, modeling, animation, special effects. What about the sound? Gotta say the sound too. The parts that demand the most attention are story and cutscene creation. With the initial placement of a character into the story, we need to see what role they will have in Epic 7's world. As the cutscenes, these are created frame by frame as if creating an actual animated show, which I appreciate. Characters that will release within the first half hour of the year are being worked on now, so keep a lookout for them. Good answer. Question: what are the most challenging aspects of creating a character? Oh, this is gonna be long. Story. We release a character in Epic 7, and it's not just about the single character. We have to take into account how would it feel and fit into the Epic 7 world. It's about the stories, both main story as well as side stories, sometimes such with Valentine's. Oh, they spelled that terribly wrong. Valentine's Day side story, we create a special story. You have to pay great attention when creating a new character. Uncompromising quality artists are always in a battle between both time and themselves in order to create a most spectacular characters possible. Now, there's a lot of good characters. I don't know who's the best looking one right now. Everybody knows Balana is my favorite out of all the characters, like as far as story, how she looks and everything else. Just a good character all the way around. Male wise is probably, I like Crow. I was extremely sad though when Bass died, because I thought that he was just getting to being a good character and then they killed him. I was like, bruh. Anyway, strategy. Players of a hero collecting game have the ability to use multiple heroes in order to create the combinations. We must be careful with regards to certain skills. The number of heroes increases. Yeah, that's with balance. That's what's going to make it hard on this game. All right, next question. The side story quality is excellent. It is It's very good. How long do you spend on developing a script? Side story, which is usually comprised of a company by hero at launch, is the result of a team effort between developers and publishers. This means that the regular side stories are able to release without difficulty. However, the side stories, such as Valentine's Day side story, Christmas side story, and other side stories take about 2 or 3 months to plan and develop. Hope you enjoy our next side story. Yeah, side stories are good. Will players be able to replay older side stories in the future? Of course, I want to as well. Right, that's interesting because I didn't know they were going to repeat them like that, but that's cool too. Now, with that said, what I would do is like maybe have like a side story weekend. That would be pretty cool, where you can only do it like in a day or two or something like that. That would be kind of lit. Anyway, currently players feel that the endgame content does not provide enough challenge. Well, they're acting like, what doesn't provide enough challenge? Like the recent stuff, it takes like a day and a half hour to beat one boss. How much more challenging you want it to take an hour? I don't understand that. Anyway, answer: the expertise of the Taiwanese players is really amazing. I think that players in attendance today are some of the best and most dedicated players in Epic 7. Currently, one of the most difficult PvE contents available in Epic 7 is the Raid Lava. Not really. The Abyss was actually harder, in my opinion, but the new Abyss, the 80 through the 90, because of how long it took. The Hell Raid and everything else, that stuff didn't really seem that hard. It seemed like it was easier to figure out. The Raid Lava only has 2 bosses at the moment. However, the rest of the bosses are released, and we hope when the rest of the bosses are released. Now, you're talking about Hell? You gotta be talking about Hell. We hope this will bring new challenges for our players. Further, we also think that most of our hardcore players, there is of course a demand for not only PvE but PvP content. Yeah, there is. We also think there's support for players to feel the sense of achievement through these. Arena Season 2 will be announced soon, and we are working to develop something that can meet everyone's expectations. The new episode is not going to be the final level of difficulty. Because the story is basic content, we plan to make difficulty something moderate so players can see the story, but this can result in the introduction of new ways to strengthen your heroes. Nice. Actually, yeah, it's nice. More gear. But I was telling somebody that before. It was like, the story is too easy. All the content in the map, I was like, it's not supposed to be like end-game crazy. You're supposed to still be able to do it so you can see the stuff. But they were like, it gotta be hard, and like, you know, like bro, you want to be? Never mind. I can't even say that no more. I'll get banned. If you see popular characters in Epic 7, they most likely make debuff skills such as Silent, Sleep, Provoke useless, so players will not have to focus on pure combat power, and healing. What are your thoughts on the situation? It's true that in PvE content, there are many bosses who are immune to debuffs and effects of stun or resistant provoke, which leaves only a few viable debuffs such as attack reduction and debuff. However, when we're creating a character, we have to think about whether they be used in PvE or PvP. A hero will silence and provoke, etc. That is why we use the PvP content so intentionally, which is good. But it's also a problem because you don't want them to be thinking about making a character that could do both. Question. The characters in Epic 7 are extremely well made. Are there plans to sell merchandise in Korea and Taiwan? We are reviewing the possibility of producing merchandise, but we haven't yet come to a decision. You should do it. Epic 7, you should do it, because the stuff that they sent us as the creators is actually pretty good. So people will buy it. My kids snatched it so fast. Like, they took that thing and it was gone. I was like, you know what? That little ninjas. Anyway, QApp interview. Question. Hello. First, could you please introduce yourself and your work to our players in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau? Hello, I am Ken Yuan, Director of Content at Super Creative. Our team takes care of writing story, making content, designing, captivating new skills, Epic 7 heroes. It's thanks to my wonderful coworkers that I am here now, and very honored and thankful to be here. Cool. Question. Despite the unbelievable quality and elaborateness of Epic 7's graphics and animation. It runs very smoothly on mobile devices. To my knowledge, it's thanks to the Unity engine. That's nice too. What's the reason that you initially decided to create your own game engine? And what's the greatest difficulty of making graphics animation? First, I'd like to explain why we wanted to make a 2D game. Why do users have a game that will stick in their mind, or animations make strong impressions of them? In that game, an animation is more likely in 2D. I agree. We believe that 2D characters are able to touch something in your hearts. We thought that if we could provide a 2D RPG with fantastic art and high, you know what, I was about to say Final Fantasy because that's the first thing that came in my head. That's probably what they were going for. And high quality animations, it would stay in the user's hearts for a long time. However, as you know, 3D games are the trend for quite some time, and there are no 2D engines that will allow to create 2D game of the quality we aspire to. That's how the Unity engine came to be. Our goal is to reduce the size of the game and compress highly efficient 2D resources while still providing a high quality animation. That's a very good feat. You guys don't know how impressive that is. The most difficult part of this was, of course, time. Following with our company model, never sacrifice quality. To create Epic 7's characters would take at least 3 months of planning, illustration, modeling, animation, animating, writing, preparing cutscenes, special effects. The 2D animated cutscenes that play when a character uses their main scene are actually hand-drawn frame by frame. Special effects are also drawn. For example, when Hero Scion uses her skill, the flower petals scale everywhere. Each flower petal is drawn one by one. Impressive. Question: there are 3 to 4 star heroes that are stronger than oh boy, than 5-star heroes. This is sort of a character design and balancing allow players to enjoy the game, even those who don't make purchases. How is it planned? Well, I gotta see this. The answer: the basis of hero skills designed is to provide a use for many heroes as possible, while 5-star heroes have a higher base stat. And 3 and 4-star heroes, if a hero has good skills that can counteract the hero specialization, their potentially utility becomes more apparent. Moving forward, we are working to design content that allows players to utilize and harmonize a variety of heroes regardless of their base star grade. That's very good. You said that Rotted Earth will come out first half of the year. Can you let us know what we can expect for the new area? Okay. There are actually a lot of city-states inside the southern continent of Cydonia, also called Rotted Earth because the land is so infertile. Cydonia is not a powerful nation like East area rather. There was a time that these city-states often helped each other out, but due to an incident, now hostility between them. The player finds out about some of these issues going on there, and of course, in the end, help resolve them, right? The important thing in the process is we gain the trust of the city-state leaders, and as we gain their trust, this helps and coming something new. Unfortunately, I can't go any further into detail. What that basically means is we can get a lot of new characters. Question: is the character that appears in the Unity engine logo actually Yuna? Her hero in the background mentions that she was summoned into the world. Could you tell us about her character basis? Yes, it is Yuna in the logo. Actually, Yuna was a high school student from Earth. The basis of her character is a student of natural sciences, very inquisitive, enjoys researching. She has a connection with Orbis since she was little. After her father, who was a researcher, accidentally opened the gate to Orbis, and an unknown came through and killed him. Of course, this is traumatic for Yuna, who was very young at the time. She carries an accessory with her that looks like an unknown as to remind herself of her father and the father's death, and to remind her to resolve to seek out the cause of his death. Then the guardian Kazran, who's the heir, had just died and used his last strength to summon a new heir, who of course was Yuna. One of the members of the development team is actually named Yuna as well, so the development of the team put a lot forth effort. Does she look like Yuna? Let me not answer that. As well as the relationship between Orbis and wider world. At first, Yuna had trouble adjusting to life in Orbis and others. She looked like she was looking for trouble, so everyone had their eye on her. But now she's an honorable student council president. Please show her support. Oh, that was like a joke. And question, my voice is starting to fail. Following the release of Guild Wars, are players able to enjoy more different types of content in Guild in the future? Of course, you may notice that there's an empty space to Guild War and the Guild War UI. Within the year, we plan to release new content. The scale of the battles will be different. Hopefully, it's the Guild battle, because we were promised that. Like, I like to fight with my guildies against stuff, like a big boss or something. Rather than 5-star heroes, are there going to be any new 4-star heroes? Of course, there are 4-star heroes that we really like, that I really like. They're a 4-star hero that he really likes in episode 2. There'll be a way for players to meet. And a question, and another interview revealed the collaboration with a legendary IP is in works. It is planned for mid-April. Interesting. Simply put, we're not just bringing characters to Epic 7, but we're ensuring that they fit into the world and creating a very Epic 7 story that everyone will enjoy. And then following the Epic 7 will be a premium 2D RPG, the playable animation. We're almost done creating something never seen before, and we hope fans of the IP collaborating will all like. All right, so here's the thing. There's been a lot of anime that has been collabed with. So my initial thoughts was Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball is legendary, Bleach is legendary, Naruto is legendary, One Piece is legendary. Then when you get beyond that, there's a few games that are, well, not games, few animes that are they're like old legendary, and that's what I'm starting to lean my ideas towards. And I got one in particular that would fit in this that I wasn't thinking about, but when I read this, I said, you know what? If we've never seen it before, it can't be any of the collabs. Like, it can't be Seven Deadly Sins. Well, it could be, but maybe they don't know that all these animes have been collabed before. But let's just say they do, and they're saying that on purpose to say that this has never happened before. There's one legendary IP. Actually, there's 2 legendary IPs that I've never seen collab for that it would blow my freaking mind if it happened. Number 1 is Cowboy Bebop. That's about as legendary as you're gonna get. And I've never seen it be collabed in a mobile game before. And 2, Tengen Gurren Lagann. I've never seen that collab before. Can you imagine if we had Kamina up in this? And Yoko? Can you imagine Spike and Faye? So I'm just gonna leave it there at that. Last but not least, with Epic 7's amazing story and unbelievable animation, if there any possibility of seeing the animated work in the future, we really wanted to. Our dream is to expand our IP into different directions. However, at the moment, we like to focus more on fans awaiting Epic 7 Episode 2. Once we secured a good story, we definitely want to take on new challenges. Okay. Well, I actually want to see an anime, but I kind of understand that this probably is very hard for them to just take in and do. So I understand all of that. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This actually ended up being very long, and I got all the answers on this, but like that last one right there, if it's Cowboy Bebop, I'm gonna lose my shit. Anyway, catch you guys next video. Be legendary. Follow me Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. Peace.